have this scene with Stellan, and or he's like walking and I'm walking, and I just fell flat on my face.
And this is mid-take, right? So they filmed it.
Oh, they filmed it, yeah.
Okay, so we're looking for that on the Disney Plus blooper reel. Welcome back. 6 years since Rogue One. Welcome back to the Star Wars world, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I am excited to be back and excited to be talking about Andor, because it's been, I know you said 6 years, but for us it's been 4 years and a half of work, to get this one ready. So, and we're finally here.
I love it. And how does it feel to be back with Cassian? A different point in his life, but the same character.
It's the same character, but in a different moment, and a guy you wouldn't expect to get where he gets, and that's what it's interesting of the story, is like how far we can go from the man you meet in Rogue One, and how difficult can we make it for him to get there, what needs to happen in the life of someone to be willing to sacrifice everything for a cause. That's what we are gonna discover here.
You guys in particular, I don't even want to call you the bad guys, but the antagonists, I should say, the pair of you towards Cassian. How does it feel to kind of play the bad guy? Are there any difficulties in that?
None whatsoever. It's the best thing. It's so much better than being a rebel.
Yeah. And also, he hasn't written bad guys and good guys. Yeah. Tony is too smart for that kind of writing. So every character, these characters are staging their own rebellion within the Empire. They're doing things, circumnavigating all the rules and regulations in order to do what they think is saving the world. So my character is she absolutely believes that she's going to save the Empire, which makes her incredibly dangerous because she's going to do anything to do that. And
yeah, Tony hasn't written these two-dimensional kind of stock Empire characters. They're human.
Yeah, his character goes home and lives with his mom at one point.
Exactly.
What can fans expect from Bix going through the series?
Oh, they can expect one hell of a journey. Bix really, I love what sort of Bix's trajectory. It starts off with this simple, friendly favor, trying to protect and help a friend, and it sort of gets more and more and more complicated. She introduces Cassian and Luthen, and that has a complexity within itself. So yeah, I think she goes through it.
With Rogue One, obviously, it's set 5 years after the events of what we've seen at least in the first few episodes. What is it about the character that now differs from how you portrayed her in Rogue One?
Well, Andor definitely inhabits the world of Rogue One. It feels like it's interconnected already. It feels gritty. It feels complicated. It feels unconventional. Mon Mothma looks different. She feels different. Previously, we've seen her always surrounded by rebels in war rooms, in bunkers. When we meet Mon Mothma in Andor, she is living and working and navigating the world of the Imperial Senate.
Filming on this show seems very different to the previous Star Wars shows, because you're on location for the majority of it, right? You're out in, where is it, Scotland and all these places. How does it feel when you first walked into set?
It feels just perfect, because you arrive to a place that exists. It's not something you have to make up. You just have to interact. It's there. And the work of Luke. Luke is our production designer, and it's such a talented man and pays so much attention to detail, and everything has a meaning, and things are there for a reason. And you can interact with everything around you. It gives you complete freedom to shoot in every direction, to use every part of the space, and it's amazing, man. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It makes you feel very realistic in a galaxy far, far away, But you feel you are portraying life, and that's fantastic.
Do you have any favorite moments from filming?
Oh my God, yeah, I have a couple. The first day on set was crazy. It was the first scene that my character gets introduced in episode 1, and I just remember being so nervous. And I walk onto the set, and it's a whole entire city, and I'm sort of discovering where my character is originally from. and that was fascinating to me. And then I think a couple weeks later, I have this scene with Stellan, and or he's like walking and I'm walking, and I just fell flat on my face.
No.
I completely, like the first scene, and I was like nervous that it was like a scene that I had with him, and I sort of like jumped from a little step, and then I started walking, and I just like slid, and he just kept walking because there was so much going on he couldn't really see. And then he turned around, he's like, oh my God, where is she? And he just like found me on the floor. And I tried to play it cool too. I was like, I'm fine. We can go again. Let's go again. And he's like, no. The director was like, no, you have gravel all over you.
Oh my God.
Continuity wise, you need to go back into hair and makeup.
And this is mid-take, right? So they filmed it.
Oh, they filmed it, yeah.
Okay, so we're looking for that on the Disney Plus blooper reel.
Blooper reels, yeah. I'm sure they have it somewhere.
Is there any like nerves going into it, or any like pressure, and how do you deal with those kind of nerves?
Rogue One was already established, which was moving things in a different direction for the Star Wars universe. And having that already established with Tony behind that, you know, it felt like this was more play and exploration into a whole new world that he had started. And really, like, as you say, he created stories and characters that just were so human and reflected a lot of the society that we currently know and see and realize, that it was just like, you kind of forgot that you were in Star Wars until you saw a spaceship or something.
Yeah. Like even in the script, I'd read like Mon Mothma gets out of what in my mind is a car, you know, and then you see the mock-up and you're like, oh yeah, it's a spaceship. And then asking the question, like being in the Empire office and thinking, I remember saying to one of the crew, so is this a spaceship or is this a building? Like, where am I?
Is there any like different challenges to playing him now 5 years prior as opposed to playing him where the timeline was in Rogue One?
Well, the challenge is to, no matter how far you want to go, you have to get there, you know, and it has to make sense, you know. It can't come out of nowhere that he becomes that man that has that amount of commitment and clarity. But when you meet this character in Andor, you won't expect him to do what he does, you know. He seems to be completely lost and in a very selfish moment of his life. In a moment where he doesn't believe in himself nor anyone around, you know, or in community, and it's an interesting journey, you know, and he needs to find many people in this journey to set him in the right direction, you know.
Between, from Rogue One to now, was there any moment where you just sat and felt like you fully understood the character? Is there like a specific like time where you were filming, you just thought, yeah, this is Mon Mothma?
Every opportunity I have to step back into her, I learn more about her. So I feel like I know her more now than I did when we were filming Rogue One. But when we were filming Rogue One, I knew her more than I did when I did so each time I walk in her shoes, I learn more about her. And this time I got to explore her not just as the senator, not just as the leader, but as the woman, who she is as a woman. And that was a rich and textured exploration for me, and it's such a great opportunity, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with people.
Do you have a message for all of the supporters of yourself, of Andor, of the show?
Yeah, what I can tell everyone, because it's that we always have you in mind, basically, you know. We have all the people that love this universe, this show, and in particular these characters and Rogue One, always in mind. Like I think we as a team, we're always working, thinking of the amount of love around this project, you know, and the expectation and the support. It means a lot. It means a lot because you always carry that on set, you know, and I get asked a lot if that's not a lot of pressure, and I just want to make sure everyone understands there's no pressure at all. It's the opposite. It's like it's the best that can happen You know, when you're trying to tell a story, knowing that someone out there wants to hear the story, that cares about the story and the characters as much as you do, it's unique. It can't be compared to any other project I've done in my life. So I'm thankful for the amount of love, and I just hope you all enjoy the show. And you deserve to enjoy this show. We enjoyed a lot the process of making it, and now you deserve to enjoy watching it.